Welcome to the LyfeBe podcast. In every episode, we dive into the most relatable aspects of life, helping you navigate the complexities of our contemporary world. Let's get started.
Hey, and good day. It's an honor to be back in your faces, on your tablets, on your TV, on your gadgets for another episode of LyfeBe. LyfeBe, lifing for some, life be hard for others, and life be interesting. But most of all, life be good. You're welcome to the LyfeBe podcast. I'm grateful for everybody that tunes in, the people that hit that subscribe button, the people that share. It's an honor to be before you. And today is going to be a very special podcast because I literally have a guest I love. His family. You won't believe me because he's a celebrity, but yeah, his family. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce the amazing Allan Kutos.
Yep.
Katongole.
Oh, tokera virao.
That's why. Katongole. Yeah. You're welcome, Allan.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Well, I've been busy, most
You're
importantly.
always busy.
Yeah, I've been busy shooting and engaged and involved. Engaged in things that I'm doing.
Oh, I got engaged. I was like, engaged.
Hey, nagawa mawile tujagawa next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's life going for you?
Well, life is good, I would say. But it's just that there's so much that happens with life. Life is never a constant graph that is just that. It's always up and down. So I would say life is an up and down stroke, but we're handling it. Yeah.
That's good. So tell us about your life. Who is Allan? Let's go back from the beginning where Allan starts to be Allan. Who is Allan?
Well, Allan is a young boy who grew up in Makindye. I don't want to say my years, but I can say it because I'm a man. Anyway, men are not really scared about their ages, but I'm 34 now.
Yeah.
A Christian, musician, dancer, actor, and just a people person. Yeah. I love things to do with movies, acting. Right now I'm doing a drama, a TV drama series called Sanyu. It's a telenovela showing on DSTV. So if you have time, you go and watch it, 8 p.m.
What is telenovela? I used to see that word and I'm thinking, is this a Spanish word? Because I used to see it on non-Spanish soaps and all that. Telenovela.
Tele is really just television, but drama television. Everything to do with love, drama, anger, and it's just it's always drama mixed in TV. Just you get every emotion in it. Cry, you laugh, everything to do with drama. So it's just telenovela. It's just you just expect drama.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
They're usually long, by the way. They go on for a very long time, most of them.
Okay.
If you've watched the Indian telenovelas or Indian Asians mostly, and yeah. So basically, yeah, in a nutshell, Allan is God-fearing.
That's great.
Yeah, Allan is talented. He's a lover. I'm not a fighter. Yeah, and I'm just happy with what God has blessed me till today.
When you say he's a lover, you know what comes to my mind? Mr. Lover.
Oh, wow.
Allan.
Well, love is a general word. Love is big, but I'm like I said in the beginning, I'm just a people person. Yeah, you won't find me hating on someone and wake up in the morning and I'm doing so. I easily let go of things, and it's just it.
Okay, how many are you in your family?
We're 14.
Okay.
14 siblings.
Sorry, I went straight for that one. You'll see why I asked. You're 14 siblings, and your sibling number what?
Number 11.
11.
Yeah.
Wow. You're closer to the bottom than the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bit.
So what was some of your influences growing up?
Well, influences to
who you are.
Today.
Yes.
Oh, well, that, living in a house of 14 children, first of all, I thank my father for bringing everyone to be in the same house.
That's big. I've never been in a house of more than 6 people.
6.
So 14. Because when you say 14, you know what I see when you say 14? The things I see most: shower time, meal time. Like those are the places.
But it was a very good experience. I'm telling you, we enjoyed ourselves because I remember back then. Masanyales gari gavanga ko. Today, tomorrow, you're not going to have it. So we used to prep for those days. Like in the night, it's dark. We have only a candle. We could always have talent nights.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
We do modeling, we do acting, we dance. It was just a group of young people who had so much in them that we had time for each other. That if I wanted to play music or if I wanted to dance, I knew I could go dance with Michael, my brother. I knew I could dance with my brother Conrad and Norman. Like, it was just a free space, and a lot of that influenced who I am today. Okay. If I can tell you one thing, I actually remembered recently when I got the last award I received at Icon. When I went back home, I remembered actually I used to practice receiving awards, but I didn't know I was going to be an actor.
Wow.
Me and Stella and Andrew, we used to be in the mirror and, I thank you. Thank God so much. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. And it was we're just acting because we used to imitate a lot of what we see. And a lot of what I am today was because I was very observant of everything that was going around. So I used to pick on things. Now, I didn't know I would sing. I didn't know I would dance. I didn't know I would act. But all these things have been because of what I have seen other people do in my family.
Okay. How many awards do you have?
Right now, I have 6 in the space of 4 years.
Wow. Which is?
Mostly best actor in a male series. Best male actor in a TV series. For Sanyu that I got for Icon. Then I got UFF. Then I received another from hair and style, hair and makeup, hair and style awards for best male dressed actor. And also there was Mapendo. I got for best actor as well, best dressed actor. Then recently I received the New Vision for best actor as well.
So fashion, best dressed actor.
Well, we try. We try our best.
Which brings me to, I don't know if I should ask this before, but let me ask. Sibling rivalry. We've all heard of sibling rivalry. You're always fighting with your brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
You come from a very gifted family. Your siblings, we start with Michael Ross.
Yeah.
Singer, dancer.
Yeah.
Then you have Stella Nante, actress, director, right?
Yeah.
How is it, how are you able to fit in that place where you have, from the family, same family, you have this talent and everybody's famous? How does that make you feel? How are you able to coexist with all these celebrities in the same family?
Well, I guess we're happy for each other, by that, because Michael was the first brother of mine who got into, being a celebrity, a musician, and the limelight and all that. And I can promise you that everyone was behind him in the family. Like, we used to support him when he needs someone to go with for a show. You carry his bag, his CDs, you go to the DJ area, Gamba playing a track 2 jina Gambi. You get?
Yes.
So we used to do that, or get a picture for him, and that's how we used to support each other. And I can tell you that me getting into acting, first of all, I didn't know. Me, I was just a dancer. I was just a musician trying to make my way there, trying to break through anything. But then Stella calls me up. She's like, man, I'm like, she's like, there's a role here. You can, come and take it on. I was like, man, how you so what? She's like, just come, Allan, now. We can do anything because that's how we take ourselves, and we can anything we put any space we put ourselves in, we can occupy it. So I told my mind, Nitanika second chance like that. A doctor, it was a very small role, and that's how I got the experience of being on the set as an actor. And since then, things just...
You've never looked back.
I've never looked back.
And there's no jealousy, no hard feelings. It's not like you're taking my deals,
Well, unless I haven't seen it, feelings most times you can't reveal them. Sometimes they're inside. Kama chintu kyatukweka nti yatukweka emitima gy'abantu. So most times you can't know, but we just hope for the best. We manage what we have been given. And for the rest, you have nothing to do about it. You just have to be.
Didn't you ever feel like you were walking in Michael's shadows? Because Michael's shoes were so big. I remember R&B wasn't so popular in Kampala.
Yeah.
Until Michael Ross, little boy from Makerere College School, hangs around AV1 Studios with Steve Jean, and Steve Jean does this song for him called Señorita, and the thing blew up.
True.
And he was our Ugandan version of Asher Raymond. And that's something you could never forget.
Yeah.
Then shortly after, a few years after that, you started dancing.
Yeah. Well, it's just something that itches down inside you. That even if someone else is doing it, you have to do it. Or you feel it's your obligation, it's your responsibility, because you get. So my focus was to bring out everything I have in me before I leave this earth.
That's beautiful.
You get, like, I want to put it all out there on the table. That whatever gifts God has given me, I have multiplied them into tens and thousands, so that when I reach up there, I'm like, unless I didn't see it,
I've done it all for you.
You get. So there was nothing like I'm walking in someone's shadow. It was just also trying to fulfill my destiny as well, and of which we all supported each other. Michael was though he was kind of scared.
I know.
He was like, but this film thing is not, because I started dancing when I was 8.
Wow.
Yes, at Sabrina's pub, and he was the reason why.
Why were you at Sabrina's pub at 8?
Hey.
Even when there was a sign at the door, admission to 18 years old.
No, but
so you were 10 years younger than the age you were supposed to be.
The thing was, they used to have talent shows for kids. And I remember I used to see Michael dancing in the sitting room, rehearsing for karaoke's. And I used to admire. I'm like, man, I can actually do that. So I used to cram his moves.
Did you ever do the handstand?
Yes.
That was like his move.
I did it.
Because nobody used to do that.
I was like, why not do it like Michael? So I just started observing everything he was doing. And next thing I told him, man, please. Nali mwesibako nnyo. Nampita CNN nga mulopa wandeke waka nga Michael yatambudde.
So now he had to take you. So
he had to take me. So he was like, he talked to Dad, and Dad was like, he's like, I'll bring him back. He will be safe. He's like, okay, no problem. So the experience there was magnificent. Me as a kid, it's a memory that I have in me that was a foundation for everything I have today. That people were like, they just loved you. Like, they see you dancing, and any small thing you do, they're like, And they used to give me money, and I go back home, and all I asked for was sneakers. However much I've made,
I can see sneakers.
I want my sneakers. So that's where it all started from. And to me, Michael was actually a big inspiration for everything that I did in arts.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Mr. Michael Ross.
Michael. Yeah.
That's great. So then you moved to church.
Yeah.
And you're in a group. One day I'm seated in the church. I think it was Power FM movie night.
Yes.
And there's this team of young men who could dance. I'm like, oh, wow. Then before I know, they are singing.
Yeah.
I'm like, when did you start singing?
It's just itches you down there. But the thing is, I didn't start from Watoto.
Oh, okay.
As a dancer in church. I remember I gave my life to Christ in 2000.
Okay.
That was when my brother, our biggest brother, Norman, he was a dancer in I4C at Watoto Church. So he all took us to Watoto to, give our lives to Christ. And we all, we decided to do it. And since then, I remember I even got a dream that I can never forget. I remember seeing a baby in just glow. That's all I remember seeing. And since then, I started in my P7 VAC. I went to a church nearby. It was called Makindye Christian Center. Okay. That's where I started now from. That's when I saw a group of people there dancing, and I asked them, guys, they were called Chain Breakers, managed by a guy called Jonah by then. Nemubuza, man, can I join? Jangu in chasa munana practice. Okay. I had time on my hands, and that's when I started going there every day. And next thing, Turikatuti with Chain Breakers. Then after that, I switched into another group that was in the church. It was called Revolution. And then I joined Revolution. We danced, going to different places. We used to even walk because we never had transport. They don't pay us money. So we used to use our own means to do whatever we have to do.
Yeah.
So I remember that the thing I can't forget is when we performed at Nambole. It was New Year's. And by the time we came back, we didn't have transport.
So you walked all the way from Nambole?
We walked all the way from Nambole from 4 a.m.
You started the year trekking.
We walked from Nambole to Makindye.
Wow.
But I can promise you that by the time we reached, we couldn't even believe we had reached. And we're like, man, kagiga kadako tutambula wa. So at school, I was in my secondary. That's when I meet Brian. He's called BK now. He's a musician. So he was part of the group, but he was like the lead heading us. And I met him at school. And next thing he tells me he's from Watoto. I was like, you should come by Watoto. So I'm like, okay. That's where I started from. So I went back. And that's when we met a group of people who were already starting a group like fellowship for campusers. I mean, for vacists.
Yeah.
And then we're like, that's when the group came. Like, you know what? TMS, Truth Made Solid.
Ah, that's what TMS meant.
We solidify the truth.
Made solid.
So it's the truth. You make it and you solidify it by the actions.
By your actions of
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's interesting how the whole dance revolution and how it came about.
Yeah.
I tell people and they think I'm lying. I actually started I4C. I started I4C and I started I4C in 2004, 5. I met, long story short, we used to do holiday concerts. I was a youth leader at KPC then. And we used to do holiday end of term presentations because they used to give us Youth Sunday. That was the last Sunday. So they'd be like, Youth Sunday, what do we have to do? Then you do a presentation, you have a song. Then end of year, we would do a concert. A friend of mine had shifted, Fred Wallace has been on the podcast for a while from First Love. And he shifted the youth group and he said, God gave him a vision to call it Oils of Gladness. So we called the youth choir Oils of Gladness. So when they moved to the UK, I took over the group as the youth choir leader.
Yeah.
And then we would do Kirk Franklin, we did Stomp. Everybody remembers Stomp. So we got young people to dance, and the church was blown away. They were like, wow, you can actually do this in church. And after we did a big concert, I told these young people, but why should we only dance at the end of the year? And let's put a group together. So I collected everyone that loved dance.
Yeah.
And I got some young people I was mentoring. Then there was Adrian Moyinda, who's now a pastor for Christ's Heart in Canada. Shouts out to Adrian. And another friend called Nora Mujenyi.
Oh, I know Nora.
Nora is also a dancer. So I said, let's start a group. And Adrian said, we need a name. I said, you guys find a name because you're young people. I'm not going to be dancing. I can dance, but I want you guys to take on this and we can do this professionally. Then Adrian talked to his older brother, Moses Mubiru, and they came up with the name I4C. And I asked him, what does I4C mean?
Yeah.
And he said, Icons for Christ. And I was like, signed, sealed, Icons for Christ. And then I remember at the time I was a vocal coach for a group called Obsessions. And I loved what they did because they were the only professional dancing group. The stuff we used to see on MTV, the stuff we used to see on TV, nobody would do it here. They would do it. Those boys used to dance. So, oh man, everybody admired them. So they were starting to sing the time they'd done a project called Nod Your Head that won awards.
Nod your head like this.
So they're like, So they're like, we want to really sing. You can coach us, right? You're a vocal coach. I said, yes. So I said,
wow, Sammy.
What?
Big ups to you. Hey.
So I said, hey, shush. So I said, you know what? You guys dance good. I need to start something like this in church. They're like, oh yeah, you should for young people. That's how I started I4C. And our first concert was called the Redefining Dance Concert. Because by then they had the whole non-stop thing where they would do like 15 songs at once.
Yeah, mega mix.
Mega mix.
Yeah.
That's the word. And we never used to do that in church.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can actually introduce this mega mix concept into
That's true.
church. So I got all the songs we had dances to, and I did a mega mix.
Yeah.
And we did a mix for 30 minutes for dance. Then we did another 21 for African dance. So we had street dancing. We had all kinds of dance in that mix. Then we'd go from break dance, street dance, dance hall into salsa.
Oh yeah, salsa.
And we had learned. I had friends in Nairobi. There's a group. They used to call them all over. They used to do professional dance. They used to do salsa, and salsa wasn't famous here. So we had them over for a youth conference, and they taught salsa. So I incorporated salsa in it, and nobody was doing salsa here.
Wow.
So we blew up.
Everyone was like, okay, what is
Everyone. Then friends from Kansanga. There's a guy called Edgar, Alex Mukulu's son. He's like, I'm starting a dance. Then they said, in Kansanga we have sacro dancers. Sacro was sacrifice.
Sacrifice divine. I remember, yes.
So then dance just took over the city because now people realize we can actually do hip dancing, not ballet, because by then the spiritual dance was ballet.
I know.
If you didn't do ballet, that was wickedness. So it's great to hear the stories of how that kind of the whole revolution of dance, how we drew people to church, and then we started having kid power dancing in church.
Oh wow!
You know.
And then the TMSs came through.
You know, the whole dance revolution it's beautiful for me to hear these stories because for me, when I did these things, I was ahead of my time.
But
the church had problems with me because they never saw what I was saying. Wow. They were like, you want to take our children to the clubs? I'm like, no, guys, we can do this for Jesus. They're like, now this guy is called Obsessions, the name, you know?
But one thing maybe I can say about that is that most churches have the youth in the church. And most times the reason why youth run out of church is that they don't feel catered for.
Okay.
Why? Much as you're feeding me with the word, I am growing. I have changes in my body. I have things I feel I should achieve. There's so much that I haven't done.
Yeah.
So as a kid in church, I feel like I need to be catered for as well in my aspect.
Yeah.
Now, one thing is the reason why there's usually youth services is to cater for the youth.
Yeah.
You understand? But mostly the youth services they're seasonal, I would say. But when you engage the youth, is one way to keep them in the church. You give them something to do. Let them feed off their talents. And they use that to serve God and also inspire other kids to come to to church, But most times we are the youth are castigated for the ideas they bring up in church because the church is sometimes sensitive, like this will. But at most times we're just looking for a way to stay in church. We're looking for a way to use the gifts we have, to use them in the same place where we serve God, and at the same time flourish. You get. But most times because I remember being thrown off a stage.
Tell me that story.
Okay, I won't mention who exactly, but there's a song we're doing Blows in Yoka for Sekou Martin. So that song was popular by then. Sekou Martin album was out by then.
Yeah.
And we would just pick songs, soldiers. So we also got Blows in Yoka. We're like, it's hard, So we did our thing, just. And I remember the pastor standing up. And by the time he stood up, we're like, guys, we're doing this, man. The man is touched. Next thing is he shuts down the music and he gets the mic. He's like, music chono gemukola. I'm like, it's called Blows in Yoka by Sekou. But blow what? Mzoke muve kuchitu kubanga ebitu bya muzina bya mukola tebiri mu magezi. Like maybe he didn't understand the concept that the song had.
Yeah.
You get, because he was just saying tukuba bulo mu spiritual realm, demon tuzukuba bulo, so he didn't really get it. So
for him, he thought it was just a violent song
exactly.
about blows.
So he bounced us off stage, and in a way, it kind of shut me down. I was like, so what are we supposed to do as the youth? I'm not waiting to grow up so fast to be a pastor in the church immediately before I experience my youth, because the Bible tells me to enjoy my youth.
Yes.
You get. But how you enjoy it, you'll be accounted to it as well. So I want to be accountable safely. And I think being in church kind of gives me a safe space for that.
That's true.
You get. But most times we misunderstood. And that's why maybe some youth leave the church and they feel like they take their talents outside.
Because they feel they're not appreciated enough. They've been judged.
Yeah, and not to put it out on the church, they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
You get, but maybe they need to look out for the kids who are coming into to take on even the roles in church, leadership roles. So you ground them from basically.
How has it been in the movie industry right now? You're very famous, You're in the newspapers, you're on Instagram reels everywhere, most shared content, you're on people's TVs. First of all, how does that feel for you?
It feels great. It feels great. I can tell you that. I feel like it's something you've always wanted to have, but you didn't know you will have it.
Yeah.
But suddenly you stumble into it. You just see things just happening, and you're like, that was in my energy. I don't know how it happened, but maybe this is my time.
It is your time.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm in my time right now. I feel like I'm in my season. I feel like whatever I do right now can flourish. I feel that God has blessed me. I'm busy. I'm working. I'm shooting. Literally, it's the best space any actor out there can be in, to always be busy, to be fully booked, than staying home and wait for another gig. So literally, I'm happy that I'm here. But at the same time, it's challenging because for every achievement that you reach, there's always now fear that the next one that comes, what are you going to do?
The bar keeps...
Yeah, it keeps going higher.
Yeah.
You get, and you have to be consistent. You have to keep up with whatever is thrown at you, the challenges that come through, to be focused. Man, it's a lot of work. You really need to be zen. And when I talk about sanity, I mean you making the right decisions while in your time.
Yes,
you get.
What were your dreams growing up? Like, where did you see yourself? Where did you want to be when you were a child? You know, some of us are like, when I grow up, I want to do this. And then you kind of try to figure your way out. You start on it. You know, what were your dreams? And do you see yourself anywhere near those dreams? Do they still seem far? Are you living the dream? Or are you still in the process of getting to the dream?
Well, I would say before I used to dream as a kid. I used to dream I want to be rich. I want to be that. But I didn't know what I was calling for before I grew up. But growing up, I started understanding that actually I need my mostly dreams were in arts. Yeah. That is to do with music, dancing, and drama. That was just it. But I'd never studied MDD anywhere.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You never did MDD.
I did it
in the space. You've literally done
exactly
MDD, music, dance, and drama.
So basically, it's for the life journey.
Yeah.
That everything that I got involved in as a dancer, I felt like I should be the best dancer in the world. You get, when I went into music, I was like, okay, now my dream is to be the best artist ever lived. And when I surpassed that, now I was like, I'm into film. I'm going to be the best actor ever.
When you have awards for being the best actor.
And if I told you I'm holding my dream with one hand before I put the other hand, I have already one hand on it.
That's great.
Yeah.
You're a very fashion savvy guy. Thank you.
Nkakulekera nkakime waka. Anti cousin, what?
So who's inspired you to be very fashionable?
Oh.
I've seen your reels at awards. You're one of the smartest people at events. You show up and show down. Always smart.
Thank you.
Like, is it something you just went to study about fashion? Are you passionate about fashion? Do you read about fashion? Where do you get your sense of fashion and style from?
Well, I think it's from the roots. My dad was really, really fashionable. He was always smart. Like anytime he's going out, he would brush his shoe, he washes it all the way. If nakuenga to zozozi notazuza wansi, everything has to be to the dot. Like he was too smart.
You know, we used to call him Gentleman, right? Did you know that name?
Gentleman? No.
You didn't know?
No.
You didn't know. Go and research. On our side of the family, Uncle Gentleman. Because he was always...
You get, he was...
His gray hair had to look a certain way.
Exactly.
Hair,
And then when he got the goatee, now he stopped dyeing it and made it like gray. It was just gray hair. It was like Ondaba. So the inspiration came, I think, from the roots, because me, when I step out of the house, if I know...
You really have to step out.
If I know where I'm going,
I
need to honor the place that I'm going to. Like me coming dressed like this is first of all honoring your invitation. You get? If I came dressed the way I was dressed, whatever, in my zapatos and all that, to be like, okay, where bale kujana? Yeah. Kale tetuina chakola. You get? But it's being smart is one way of honoring the person that has invited me or wherever you go.
I've learned that one. Being smart is honoring your invitation.
Thank you. So
that's a good one.
Oh, thank you. So that's it. I always look out for that. Yeah.
So when you were growing up, what's the career you envisioned yourself taking on when you grow up?
Well, I would say that we're just hitting stray bullets.
Whatever comes, we will learn.
Whatever comes, as long as I know I have my body, I have my life, which is the first capital, I can be anything.
Yeah.
Get. I wasn't those people who are so like, you zero down to something and you're like, this is what I have to be, I've concluded.
Yes.
You get, always change comes along the way. And you just have to be You just have to, because Sammy, did you know that you'd be interviewing people like this?
I didn't.
Thank you.
Interesting thing, I always wanted to be on radio.
Oh.
And all my friends in radio refused to give me jobs. All the key people. One of them was Bizo. She told me, we like people like you, but you travel a lot, because there was a season I used to travel a lot for shows, Tanzania, Kenya. She said, you travel a lot, you can't keep a radio job. I'm like, Bizo, I want to be on radio. She's like, actually, you have what it takes. People know you. That is even a plus. I'm like, then another friend of mine is like, yeah, you can actually talk. You can be on radio.
You actually have
to ask for a job, nothing.
You have a radio voice. Uncle Gambi, what just you voice trained as Simani. You just stand at your radio, your music.
Whatever. So I think God just said, you know what? I can give you this platform where you can talk and be in people's faces and ears. So, but moving on to your dad being your inspiration for fashion and all that. How has it been since the loss of your dad? He passed away a few months ago. How has that been for you? Being that this guy inspired you, he was a great support to you and what you do. How is there a gap that was left in your life in regards to your career and all that? How has it been since his passing?
Well, it's been hard.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Oh, God, give me...
No, it's okay. It's okay. Take it.
Well, I must say the gap is evident.
Yeah.
Because he was such a big support.
He was.
I'm sorry. He was he really gave us go ahead. Yeah. He told us that if you want to be anything, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to tell you to be a doctor, a pilot, because everyone does that. But he gave us room to be whatever we felt we had to be. And he fully supported us. That man used to show up at Michael's shows.
Yeah.
That is how supportive he was. And one thing I remember about him is that his time for his family was untouched.
Yeah.
He was present. I remember I called him. I was paying for my car, the first car that I owned.
Yeah.
So actually even the first bike that I bought, he was there. He taught me how to ride it. And I remember it hit him down. But when he got up, he was like, but when it hits you, you would totally know what to do. So everything I am today, music, dance, drama, he has been it. So I have literally drawn from him the best part that I am today. You get? And much as he's not away, he has been there for me to grow up to this age, to be able to achieve all these things. In that his advice, his strictness.
Yeah, very strict.
He was really strict, and I thank him for that. He didn't spare the road, you know, and I'm a better person right now. I know what is wrong. I know what is right. I thank him so much. Even growing, having 14 children, no one, I can tell you this, no one is below the standard.
Yes.
No
Very
one.
true.
this man has raised 14 children. I don't think he had a big company. No, that he used what he had.
He worked for the government.
You get, he used what he had to raise us, and I would like to take that example of a father from him. And much as he's gone, he really did so much for me to be here today, and I thank him for that.
And I celebrate him. He was a very excellent guy. This is a guy, every time we saw him, even when he came home, even if he didn't know something about a particular thing, he would still encourage you. He would still tell you how he sees it and how he thinks you can do it better. Even if he didn't have the experience, he was always going for excellence.
Exactly.
How about you try it this way?
Yes.
But uncle, no, this is like, it's like, yeah, but if you do this and this and this, same principle, try this. And he was always encouraging. If he found you standing there, he would join you in conversation and say this and this and this. And he was such a great man, and I honor him for that. And him raising all you guys, everyone is successful in their space. Like you said, he would encourage you. Andrew is an amazing graphics designer. I didn't know. People used to tell me about Andrew. I'd be like, Andrew, that name sounds familiar. Until I saw his work, I'm like, wait, I know Andrew.
Do you know Andrew was training from, like, Dad used to give him logos to do for his articles, logos for his companies. He used to tell Andrew. And he used to push Andrew, no, change this, change that. And that is how Andrew became this great
graphic designer he is. And he's an amazing graphics designer.
Man, he really supported everyone in their field. And he really, really was there. He was present.
Wow, that's beautiful. As we close down, what do you have to say to a person who wants to get into acting, into the acting space? The movie industry is something new in this country that is fast growing, and you have very many people who watch you on TV, who you inspire. I saw on your social media recently you went to speak at a school, a high school. What is your takeout from the movie industry that you can pass on to a young person out there who wants to do movies, who wants to be on TV, who wants to take on arts as a career? Is even arts a profitable career you can take on?
Well, for starters, the film industry is the new wave, if I can say, in entertainment in Uganda today.
That's true.
Much as it's been around, it's been quite... I don't think dormant is the right word to say, but lack of a better word. It's been a bit dormant, but right now it's vibrant. In that everyone now is rushing to see what is happening, to find opportunities, job employment and all that. But I won't say that it's growing as fast. It will all depend on how we handle the growth.
That's true.
You get, in that the more people that flock, the more corrupted it's going to get. And you can find that it's been very, very organized at the moment. You know, you see how people organize their words, movies that are coming out now, the quality of the movies. Before then, I never used to watch Ugandan movies. But now I feel like the need is there. The demand for it is there. So me being in the film industry today has, I didn't know I would go this far. I didn't know it would get to this level. But when I started off, my biggest project has been Sanyu. Like I did 27 guns, but when it came out, of course, there was some things here and there. It showed, like, thank God, and still online, you can find it there. But Sanyu has been my biggest project ever that has sprouted up my career. And you can find that Sanyu has well affected the film industry.
Yes, it has.
That whatever movies that are coming out, there's a level to beat, much as it may not be the best, but there's a level to beat. You get, there's someone who has done better work that now, if you're to release a movie, at least it should be better than Sanyu. You get. So right now we need knowledge. I would say we need knowledge in that.
So you need people to come and do training.
Yes, we need, because much as we are actors, we are producers, we are directors, we need more knowledge. Because knowledge aliwo, your knowledge abaddewo.
Over the years.
Over the years.
We need new input, fresh ideas.
Thank you. Yeah. We need that. And me, what I would do, I want to take on something. I want to study film. So that I know everything, that when I step on a set, I can be a director, I can be an actor, I can be a DOP. Like, I want to do each and everything. I want to know everything that entails it. You get? So, which goes also to people who want to join the film industry. Mujenga mumanyi echokola, because on a film set, it's time bound.
Yes.
I don't know how long you have the studio for, but if I was here to waste your time,
it costs you.
Thank you. It's going to cost you. Now, most people want to join the industry, but they come half-baked or even raw. Najanze nyagala kuyingira movie industry. Ngatalina kyamanyi wetutuuka ne bamutukasa film gundi script nayogera ngatalina kyamanyi. So time is wasted. So mwekoleko before you get into the industry, know something, so that at least you can learn on jobo. But so far, we're heading to the right direction, the film industry, and consistency will get us there.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Sanyu is by Matthew Nabwiso.
Yes, Matthew Nabwiso.
Do you know Matthew used to be a singer?
Yes.
I was in the same band with Matthew upon a time, Black Roots Unlimited.
In church?
No. Matthew started in church.
Yes.
He used to sing. I think he was from Kansanga.
Kansanga, yes. Chiwewes.
Then Matthew Shaka Mayanja, who's called now Jazz Safari, started a band here that was called Black Roots.
Yeah.
And Matthew was part of that. There was a season Matthew was backing up every artist in Kampala. Juliana, Irene, Matthew used to sing. Matthew has a singing voice. I don't know why he gave up singing. I think he found his place.
Maybe he found his mojo.
Yes, but big ups to Matthew Nabwiso and his beautiful wife, Elena. I worked with Elena with Obsessions. That's where she started acting, actually. She started out as a dancer on set in the National Theatre plays, and then she started acting.
Man, we all start from somewhere.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful story to see what's happening.
Wow.
But thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule to come and give us a few minutes of who you are and what you do, and we appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Bless you. Thank you, our dear viewers. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, support us. We're on Cash App. We're on mobile money. Support us so we can keep doing this. And thank you. Share this. Thank you to our wonderful team, Director Israel Dennis. Thank you for what you do, Gianna, Chigundu, and the whole team. Jonas Rhymes for the design, the artwork, and everything. We're grateful. Thank you all. God bless you. Until next time, LyfeBe.
Thank you for tuning in to the LyfeBe podcast with Sami-K. Your support means the world to us. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and share to help us grow and continue bringing you valuable content. We appreciate you.